So you were just in Silicon Valley a couple of months ago. What were your thoughts and takeaways about that experience and that trip?
Um, I go to Silicon Valley at least twice a year, and I actually set up a nonprofit organization based in Silicon Valley with a couple of my friends. The idea is to bridge Indonesia and Southeast Asian tech startups or companies with Silicon Valley, because I think when you're in the tech industry, I think Silicon Valley is a very important place to link up with, to network with. So the idea is to bridge that, how we can collaborate and network with Silicon Valley company, with the tech startups in Southeast Asia, and especially in Indonesia. And I think there are more and more people based in Silicon Valley are interested to enter the Southeast Asian market, especially Indonesia, because we're the biggest market. And however, the investment side, I think it's more tricky on that part, because I know a number of smaller venture capitals who are already investing in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, but I think the big name of venture capitals are less daring to come to Southeast Asia. But I think that's very understandable. I mean, this is a new market, but we see a very great potential. Asia is definitely the next place to invest, especially in Southeast Asia.
What do you think that the larger venture capital firms in Silicon Valley, or what is their specific fear about investing in Indonesia?
I think it's just we are like a new market for anyone. Actually, we don't, especially for venture capital. Like I said, the tech startup scene is only probably like 4 or 5 years old here in the country. I actually started one of the early venture capital for tech in 2011, and so it's very new. And when it's new, it's a lot of people tend to be more careful about it. I think it's nothing wrong about that. This is the investment world.
Sure. But do you think that their payoff would be pretty big if they did invest in certain companies?
Well, I think there are already a number of big companies in Southeast Asia who are doubling or tripling their value already. For instance, in Indonesia, we have companies like Gojek, Tokopedia. Tokopedia is actually invested by by Sequoia and SoftBank. So those companies are showing big growth because it's in e-commerce, and a company like Gojek, they open about 200,000 new job creations, that's great, because especially they're touching base with grassroots, and I believe that's like the next thing. How we can take grassroots to the next level is using the technology, and I want to see more of those type of tech startup here in the country.
Have you seen more companies like Gojek, that kind of company that really starts really creates jobs, especially at the bottom?
Yes, definitely. I've seen a few more new ones, and there's one called Groceria, which is they're just like Gojek, except it's helping the traditional market. So they're fetching produce from traditional market and send it to the consumers. And those type of applications also creating job, because it creates job for the shoppers. So anyone who wants to become shoppers in that app can sign up, and it creates a better system or a better process for people who doesn't have time or who doesn't want to go into the traditional market to be able to get produce from there. And thus it's helping the grassroots, which is the merchants, the traditional market merchants.
So it's giving the traditional market merchants more business.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there any other companies besides Gojek and that particular company?
I think there's several other companies who are doing similar things. Like I know there's Ahli Jasa. They just won a tech startup award, and what they do is they pick up your laundry, and when you don't have time to do your laundry, they pick it up for you, and then they send it to the laundromat, and then they send it back to you. those type of thing is more on the e-service, but I think that's really helpful, especially for cities like Jakarta who becomes busy, and I think later on we'll see the second tier city of Indonesia also needing more of this type of applications.